Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back in the video day. Today, the Charlotte Hornets have waived former first-round pick Kai Jones, who was the 19th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. Recently, Kai Jones has been going off on Twitter, starting off on Monday when he said he has officially requested a trade from the Charlotte Hornets. And he's also been saying hashtag GOAT life. He had an exchange with former Phoenix Sun and Orlando Magic veteran who is still in the NBA, just is not signed currently. I'm sure he will be signed at some point, a little bit after the season starts. Terrence Ross. I think what Terrence Ross kind of said was funny, but I don't think it was appropriate, to be honest. Terrence Ross commented on Instagram some post about Kai Jones. I don't know if it was Kai Jones' post himself or someone else's post about what was going on with Kai Jones. He said, "Is he there mentally?" And Kai Jones responded to Terrence saying, "I am the GOAT. Watch my highlights." And Terrence Ross responded back, "So no," which was, I actually will admit that was pretty funny. But I just feel like is he all there mentally? Wasn't a little, well, in my opinion, wasn't appropriate. But I get, him, people are gonna joke around because he is making him look like, Kai Jones. If you look at his, some of his tweets on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, he's kind of embarrassing himself, and it's sad to see. I am a Texas Longhorns fan, mainly for football, but I do like Texas Longhorns basketball, and I do remember watching Kai Jones at Texas. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Texas basketball when he was there, but I watched a little bit. Like I said, I'm a Longhorns fan, so I was rooting for him in the NBA draft. As a Rockets fan, I remember that draft we had pick 21 and pick 22. I will say that I was hoping he would fall to us. I would probably say now I'm glad he didn't fall to us. I mean, the center we drafted at 22 didn't do any better, Usman Garuba. I mean, he's fighting to stay in the NBA now, just like Kai Jones. Usman Garuba is on like a 2-way contract with the Warriors. So we didn't do any better with drafting Usman Garuba. But I do remember that 2021 NBA draft. The Rockets, my favorite team, had the 21st and 22nd overall picks. And as a Longhorns fan, I didn't really know much didn't really study Kai Jones' game a lot as a draft expert, looking for the Rockets, like as looking into the draft for the Rockets. I just wanted him on the team because I was a Longhorns fan and I was a Rockets fan. Sometimes when I feel like a lot of people do that, do wish for that to happen when you have a player that's on your favorite college football team and your professional team has a chance to draft that player. You always want them to draft him, unless he's not good. All right, enough talk about me wanting Kai Jones on the Rockets back in the 2021 NBA draft, because I'm glad we did not draft him. But Kai Jones, I will say, dealing with mental issues or not. This guy has not gotten a lot of playing time in his 2 years in Charlotte. He's dealt with some injuries, but also he's dealt with a lot of sitting on the bench. 2021-22 season, his rookie year, played 21 games, only 21 games. And funny thing is he's played 67 games in his career in his 2 seasons. That's not even a full season. So he's been in the NBA for 2 seasons, and he's not even close to playing a full season of basketball in 2 years. He's played 67 games, just 82 games in a season, and that's in 2 years. So he's only played 67 games in 2 years. Hasn't even played 70 in 2 seasons. 21 games, averaged 3 minutes per game as a rookie. So no matter what the problem was, even if he had injuries, still was not managing to get on the floor in his rookie season at all. He only averaged 3 minutes per game. Averaged 1 point per game, and didn't even average 1 rebound per game. He's not getting any proper chances. Now, stuff, started to go up in his second year in the 2022-23 season. His games went up 25. His, minutes per game went up to 12. So 46 games and 12 minutes per game. He averaged 3.5 points per game, 30 rebounds per game, and a half assist per game, and 1 block per game. and his 3-point percentage was 22%, and his field goal percentage was 56%. His free throw percentage was 73%. So, I mean, yeah, he got more opportunities, 25 more games played in, 9 more minutes per game compared to his rookie season, and got to average 2.5 more points per game, but still did not get a lot of playing time for a top 20 pick. I know this is, not all in the Charlotte Hornets. This is on Kai Jones a little bit for some poor play. But you have to think this is a little bit on the Hornets for not using. You're going to draft a guy in the top 20 who had some talent, when you drafted him. You'd think you'd play him more, but they just didn't. And at the time, I think a big thing is, not really having room to play him for, and really had a really hard time of getting in the rotation, which was for a team that's one of the worst teams in the NBA. You'd think he'd be able to cut the rotation, but he really wasn't. You guys know your thoughts on the roster move for the Charlotte Hornets? This is going to be a hard road for Kai Jones, because who's going to want to sign this guy after some of the comments he's been making recently? And not only that, look at his resume. I know you can say the Charlotte Hornets did not play him enough, but if some teams don't even think that way, you're looking at it and he's averaged, not even 3 points per game in his 2 seasons there. He's only averaged 2 rebounds per game. He's career stats, 2.7 points per game, 2 rebounds per game. So, I think if you're gonna want to pick this guy up, I think what you have to look at is his college stats. You have to look at his college highlights, to be honest, because he has not gotten a lot of fair playing time as an NBA player, in my opinion. Not only that, but he could be facing he's definitely going to face a suspension. Not a suspension. He's definitely going to face a fine for his actions, which I don't think that does not affect the next team he goes on to. But now he's jobless, and now he could face a fine in the NBA. Well, he will face a fine. I just think it just depends on what the severity of the fine will be, because I've read that it could be up to $150,000 for requesting a trade on social media. So he could be fined up to $150 million. Up to $150,000. Who knows? That might be like a quarter of his next contract, but we'll see. Not a quarter. That might be like 20% of his next contract. Your thoughts as a video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.